Hello everyone and welcome to my classic Formula 1 97 season. This is round 4 and we are at Imola. Now I don't need to tell you any details about the circuit because anyone in Formula 1 who follows Formula 1 or even doesn't really follow Formula 1 knows pretty much the details of what happened at this circuit in 1994. Tragic events at this race proved to be a major turning point in both the 1994 season and in the development of Formula 1 itself, particularly with regard to safety. The race weekend was marked by the deaths of Austrian driver Roland Ratzenberger and a 3 times world champion Ayrton Senna in separate incidents. Other incidents saw driver Rubens Barrichello injured and several mechanics and spectators injured. In terms of driver fatalities, this was Formula 1's darkest weekend since the 1960 Belgian Grand Prix, which was also an event that saw 2 drivers killed on a race weekend. Anyway, that's the history of the track. Back to the qualifying. This is my first qualifying run, and as you can see, I've got into 4th position with a 1:23 as I come back into the pits to check the other times. The Williams there of Mr. Villeneuve has got a very impressive 1:21.1, but we're not doing too bad. This is quite a nice track for us, and the McLaren on this track seems to be going quite well. We're only just in the first part of the qualifying though, and as you can see, Mr. Alonso, Fernando Alonso, is just behind us in 6th with a 1:23. This is the hot lap, and in the previous lap you can see I've just done a 1:23, and yet the Williams of Jacques Villeneuve has done a 1:20. So as I say, the McLaren in 1997 was not as fast as the Williams. But we've done well in the first sector there. We've actually beaten the Williams on a 23.7. But I'm not expecting to get into pole position. I would expect to be in the top 6 is possible. Any more than that, and I don't think it's doable. As we come into the second sector time. Oh, and the second sector is down by getting on for nearly a second, as you can see there. So not doing very well in the second sector. As we come round these 2 sweeping left-hand turns, we come into the final left before the start-finish straight. We're on 1:17, but I don't think we're going to do it. The finish line is very close. Now you see a 1:22.09. So as we advance the qualifying session on a bit, there's only 23 minutes of the session left, and you can see I'm in 8th position, which is not bad considering. Fernando Alonso, who was just behind me in about 7th or 8th, has now disappeared off the screen. So there you go. This is the final qualifying positions, and I've qualified 8 for Imola, and I've no idea where my teammate is because he's not on the board, so he must be further down than 8th position. Okay, it's time for the race now from Imola.
Welcome to the Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari, named in honour of the father and son who founded probably the most famous sports car manufacturers in the world, and home of the San Marino Grand Prix. This circuit is set in some of the most beautiful Italian countryside, and it's got perhaps the most passionate crowd of any in the Grand Prix calendar. However, since the introduction of the new chicanes for safety reasons, it's really become less of a driver's circuit.
they think it's all over. It is now. It's four.
There's the all clear. The green flag being waved. Collision with the Arco. Let's hope they're all right.
Okay, as the music fades, you can see the disaster that has befallen me on the first lap, or basically just at the start. A disastrous turnout. I ended up last, so I've come into the pits and I'm going to change my strategy. I'm only going for 5 laps in this stint. As you can see, heavy damage to the rear wing and heavy damage to the front wing as well, which means I've got a 10.2 second pit stop. Okay, so I've only gone for 5 laps because I'm looking at the skies and the skies are looking pretty dark, so I'm praying that it is now going to rain, because if it does, then I shall make my next pit stop and try and get through the rest of the session on wet tyres. As we advance forward a little bit more, I am finally chasing a Tyrrell. If I get past him, I will be in 19th place, which, yes, is a bit of a disaster, but he seems to be pulling away from me. I've only got 5 laps of fuel on board, which really does make a difference in this game. The fuel load in this game is excellent. You put 3 laps of fuel in and you just literally go around like a rocket ship. So I've overtaken the Tyrrell and we advance a little bit more. Here it is then. This is my second pit stop on lap 10. I'm up to 17th position and I'm going for the wet tyres. 10 laps of fuel, there's no damage, so we come out and I'm in 19th position. Now I've got to do the rest of the race on these tyres. Now it isn't really wet enough for these tyres, so I'm taking a gamble. As you can see, the Tyrrell is very, very close behind me because I'm really not going fast enough in the wet conditions for these tyres. But as you can see, it is getting wet as we advance forward a little bit more now. I'm still in 19th position and I've got an arrows in front of me. I hope this isn't Damon Hill. If it is, can we please get past him cleanly this time? As we go on to the start and finish straight. We're past an arrow. There's another arrow. One of them has got to be Damon Hill. Please, let's get past him with no problems. Yes, we've done it. Thank you, Damon. We're past both the arrows there, which has increased our position slightly. There's 9 laps left of this race. We're on lap 12. We've got a Benetton now in front of us, and in front of the Benetton, very, very closely following, as you can see, I think is either a Tyrrell or a Stewart. As I've said before, it's very, very difficult to check out the 2 different liveries on this game. As we come round now to try and overtake this Benetton. It's very, very difficult in the wet conditions, as I've said previously, because they stick to that racing line. So unsuccessful at the moment. I'm going to try and get in a little bit here. No, still a bit too far back. If you push the car too much, you will slide out yourself and then you'll end up even further back. So let's have another go at these cars. No, there's just no space to overtake. As you can see, I've had to brake there and I've dropped back a little bit. Now down to 17th position, or should I say up to 17th position, considering I started in last after about the first corner. I'll have another go at these Benetton and Tyrrells, but I'm going to wait until the start finish straight now because I should then have enough momentum to get past them. Here we go, and the job's done. Oh, and that was actually a Stewart, not a Tyrrell. As I said, very hard to identify. But now we've got the job done, and we're up to 15th position. We are on lap 13 as we advance the time a little bit more. Still on lap 13, and surprise, surprise, we now have another Benetton and another Tyrrell in front of us. So yet again, we've got to try and pass these. So 15th position at the moment. Not looking too good because there's only about 7 laps left. And we're still trying to get past. As you can see, the Benetton is also trying to get past the Tyrrell, but he's not having any of it. There's nowhere for us to pass. We're going around the outside though. We're going around the outside. We've had enough of these cars, and we've got the Benetton and the Tyrrell, which means we're now up to 13th position. As we advance the time again, we're now on lap 14. I'm still in 13th position. And there's more cars ahead of us. One goes into the pits there. Don't know who that was. And we've got a Sauber. We passed the Sauber. And we've got... No, that's another Sauber. Both Saubers. We now passed them. Hopefully. Are we going to get it done? Yes, we have. And now we're up to 9th position on lap 15. The fight back continues. As we advance the time a little bit more. We're still on lap 15. We're 43 seconds behind the leader, but we're about to pass a Prost if we can get past him. No, we didn't get past him that time. And no, and we've gone wide. We've gone wide. We're off the track, but we're back on. Well, as you can see, we've lost a hell of a lot of time there. As we advance a little bit more to try and get past this Prost again. And this time, I think we finally get the job done. Yes, we're now up to 8th position on lap 15 as we advance the time again. This is my teammate, that's Fernando Alonso, and we have passed him, and we are now in 7th position. So now we know where Fernando was. He was in 8th position. 38 seconds now, the Williams is in front of us. Now we've got a Jordan. All these people, don't forget, are for position. They are not back markers, they're all positional places. Now we go past the Jordan. Are we going to make it? Yes, I think we've... Oh, and we've gone wide again. And we're on the grass. We get back on. And now you can see we've lost a couple of positions there. We're back down to 8th again, I think. And we're on lap 16. We advance the time. We're still on lap 16. We're going for Fernando again. He must have got past us when we went off the grass on the last one, and now we get past Fernando Alonso and we're in 7th position. But now we've got to pass this Jordan again. We've already passed him once, but now we've got to pass him again because we came off the grass. Nearly went straight into the back of him then. But doing okay so far. I think I'm going to wait until the start-finish line before I attempt to get past this Jordan. We're on lap 16 and I'm in 7th position. Here we go, past the Jordan. No. He went into the back of him again, but we've got enough speed this time to get past him, I think. Yes, come on. Yes. And now we're in the points. We are in 1 point for 6th place, because don't forget the points in 1997 were the old system and not the new system. As I'm now in 5th position, I've lapped another, gone past, I should say, not lapped, another car, and now I'm trying to get past the Ferrari for 4th position. This is either Michael Schumacher or Eddie Irvine. I can't see by the helmet, and I've hit the Ferrari and I'm off. I'm back on though, I'm back on. I've lost a lot of time now. We're on lap 18 now. It's only 2 laps. I'm going to another go at this Ferrari as we advance it a little bit more. And I've gone off onto the grass and I've hit the Ferrari. I've taken his wing off, I think. But we get back on. The front wing has now been damaged. But we're back in the race. But I think we've been overtaken by the Jordan again. Yes, we have. I'm still in 5th place. 32 seconds behind the Williams. I've got no chance of getting 32 seconds in 2 laps. But can we get a little bit further up the grid as we pass this Jordan, which I think must be for about the 6th time. But we get the job done now as we advance the time a little bit more. This is the last lap. I'm in full position and I've got a Williams in front of me. Can we get a podium out of this crazy race? I think we can. We've made the move. Yes! We've got the podium, 3rd position from last place. I will take that. Okay, we come to the last couple of corners now. On the last lap, as you can see, my low fuel warning is going, but we don't need to worry about that because the race is almost finished as I come round the final S chicane and cross the line. And there you go, 3rd position. Well, I will take that. That was a crazy race. Okay, coming soon. It's Monaco. That should be a nightmare. Okay, I'm in 3rd position now in the standings and also in the constructors as we go into Monaco.